have shown already for describing a multi-vibrator. Okay, so now we have to convert that same circuit into a astable multi-vibrator. So how to convert? In your feedback path you have to connect two capacitors. So you have to connect a capacitor for this path and another capacitor for this path. Okay, so this is RC1 and this is RC2. So this capacitor is C1 and C2. Okay, then you have to connect a resistor at this area. So resistor, this resistor is R1 and you have to connect another resistor here, and that is R2. So C1 R2, C1 R1, C2 R2. Okay, so likewise only you have to construct an astable multi-vibrator. Okay, so now I will be explaining the working of this astable multi-vibrator. Okay, so now we will take first state. What is the first state? State 1. So let us take that now the transistor Q1 is on and Q2 is off. So Q1 is on and Q2 is off. So before that you need to know one important thing about a transistor. So when a transistor is conducting, so when a transistor is on, then there in its collector there will not be voltage equal to 0, and you have only the collector current will be present. Collector current will present there. Okay, so if the when it is on transistor, so when a transistor is off, voltage will be present and current will not be present, current equal to 0. Okay, so voltage will be present for a off transistor. So this is for a off transistor. Okay, the first state 1 is Q1 on and Q2 off. Q1 on and Q2 off. So now this one is on and this one is off. So what happens at that time, the capacitor C1 will start charging through this R1. So the capacitor C1 will start charging through this R1. So when this capacitor voltage is going on increasing, see this capacitor is connected to the base of the transistor Q2. Okay, ma. So when this voltage of this capacitor is going on increasing, so at a certain time this voltage of this capacitor will be much enough to turn on this Q2 transistor. Okay, so when this transistor is on, this capacitor will start to charge. So this capacitor will start to charge, so it will create the voltage which will make this transistor on. So now this transistor is on, then what about the collector? Will have voltage or current? So whether voltage is present at that area, so this transistor is on means voltage is 0. So no voltage is present at its collector. So now 0 voltage is supplied to the base of your transistor Q1. So this transistor will off. Okay, now this transistor is on and this transistor is off. Okay, so it is transferred to the state 2. Now Q1 off and Q2 on. Okay, so now what happens? This opposite manner it will act. What is that? Now Q2 is on, so this capacitor will charge through this path VCC, R2 and C2. This capacitor C2 capacitor will start to charge through this VCC, R2 and C2. Okay, so capacitor voltage will go on increase. When this capacitor voltage is sufficient to drive this transistor on, then what will be present here? So here you will have a current. So instead of voltage, the transistor will on. So if the transistor is on, the voltage here is 0. So it is transferred to this base. Now this transistor will be made off. Okay, now next state is S1 state. What is that? Q1 on and Q2 off. So it will go on do the same process. Why? Because both the states are quasi-stable states. So no stable state. So S1 is transferred to S2, S2 is transferred to S1, again to S2. So it will go on transfer between 1 to 1. Okay, so now if you take the output from this area, so how you get the waveform? So first the transistor is off. Okay, then after that the transistor will become on for some time. Then again after some time it will become off. So again it will be off for some time. Then it will become on. Then it will be on for some time. Okay, so it will go on produce the same type of signal, so you can create a perfect square wave. An unstable multivibrator is also called a free running oscillator. Free running oscillator. So this is the working of a unstable multivibrator. Unstable multivibrator. Okay. So you have to explain about this working of the unstable multivibrator. Then you have to draw the waveforms of base and the collector waveforms of each and every transistor. Okay. You have to draw the waveform of your base of Q1 and waveform of collector of Q1, then base of Q2 and collector of Q2. Okay. So you have to give these three things. What is a waveform for VB1 and VC1, then VB2 and VC2. So all these waveforms you have to give. So for this I will simply give you a idea. So what is that? So if a transistor is on, if your on transistor means your VB1 will be VBE saturation. So value is VBE saturation. VC1, so if there is a one transistor, so now Q1 is on, you take that. On transistor means VB will be VBE saturation, VCE will be VCE saturation. So voltage of your collector is VCE saturation. Okay, if the transistor is off, if the transistor is off, then what about the VB of that transistor? So for that transistor, base voltage is negative. Okay, so for that transistor base voltage is negative, and its collector voltage is VCC. Collector voltage is VCC. Okay, so using this only you have to draw the waveform for each and every base and the collector of the transistor. Okay, see how I am drawing the diagram. So this is the waveform of your base and the collector of each transistor. So this is the voltage at the base of transistor 1. This is voltage at the collector of transistor 1. This is voltage at the base of transistor 2. So this is collector voltage of transistor 2. Okay, as I told you already, so you have this in your mind. VB1 is VB is at, VCE is VCE is at. If transistor is off, VB is negative, and VC is VCC. Okay, so collector voltage is VCC. Okay, so you have this in your mind. So now you can easily draw this diagram. See, I have given each and every state, state 1, state 2, state 1. So it will go on change like this, isn't it? So state 1, so Q1 on and Q2 off. Then state 2, Q1 off and Q2 on. State 1 again, Q1 on and Q2 off. So what is that? So this is transistor 1. See, first two are for transistor 1. So transistor 1 is on. So what about the base voltage? Base voltage is VBE sat. Okay. So what about the collector voltage? Collector voltage is VCE sat. Okay, ma. Then these two values are for the off transistor. See, Q2 is off. So Q2 is off means VB2 must be negative. See, it is in negative area. Okay. Then VC2 must be VCE VCC, isn't it? So your voltage is VCC. Okay, ma. So here from negative it is gradually increasing because of the charging of the capacitor. So it has to gradually increase towards the next stage. Okay, ma. So in the same manner, what is the next state? Next state is Q1 off and Q2 on. So what happens? So first two are for off transistors. So because Q1 is off. So what about the base voltage is negative. Base voltage off transistor base voltage is negative. So off transistors collector voltage is VCC. Okay, ma. Then these two are for your on transistor. So on transistors base voltage is VBE sat. Off on transistors collector voltage is VCE sat. Okay, ma. So likewise you have to draw this waveform easily. Okay, so by means of this you can easily draw the waveform. The period of the square waveform that is generated by means of your unstable multivibrator. See, this is what the square wave which is produced, isn't it? So you need the frequency. What is the frequency and what is the period you want, isn't it? So for that you need to calculate each and every transistors on time. So on time of transistor Q1, then what is the on time of this transistor Q2. So both if you add, then you will get the total time period. Okay, so what is the on time of a transistor Q1? So Q1 on time is given by 0.693 R1 C1. So for so this is the charging time constant, RC time constant. Okay, so this is what the on time of your transistor Q1. So what is the on time of your transistor Q2? Same 0.693 R2 C2. Okay, okay. So totally what is the on time of your total period? Okay, total period is so you have to add these two. So this is the period of Q1 and this is period of Q2. So total period is given by, we will consider the both the R1 and R2 are equal to R and C1 and C2 are equal to C. So due to this you will get the same waveform at this area and also this area. Okay, so your R1 equal to R2 equal to R and C1 equal to C2 equal to C. So now what is the total period? So your total period is so RC plus RC, so 2RC. So you will get 1.386 into RC. Okay, so 1.386 into RC, RC plus RC, 2RC, 2 into this will give you 1.386 RC. Okay, so this is what the time period. So if you want the frequency, that is 1 by T, so that is 1 by 1.386 into RC. So this is what the frequency of your astable multi-vibrator. Then you have, at last you have to choose your R1 and R2 according to this value. R1 must be less than or equal to HFE minimum into RC1 and your R2 must be selected HFE minimum into RC2. So your R1 and R2 must be selected according to this value. So R1 must be HFE minimum into RC1, R2 must be HFE minimum into RC2. Then only your charging will take place in a nice manner. Okay, so this is the astable multi-vibrator. Thank you.